Ruanda é um país sem costa marítima, localizado na região dos Grandes Lagos da África Centro-Oriental, fazendo fronteira com Uganda, Burundi, República Democrática do Congo e Tanzânia. É também carinhosamente conhecido como o país dos gorilas das montanhas e macacos dourados. Este país recebeu uma atenção internacional considerável devido ao genocídio ocorrido em 1994, no qual cerca de 800 mil pessoas foram mortas. Desde então, o país viveu uma grande recuperação económica e social e, atualmente, apresenta um modelo de desenvolvimento que é considerado exemplar para países em desenvolvimento. O desenvolvimento económico do Ruanda, desde o trauma do genocídio, é considerado uma história de sucesso e está diretamente ligado ao seu presidente, Paul Kagame, e sua política social mais elogiada está associada principalmente a 3 projetos políticos: igualdade das mulheres, promoção de novas tecnologias e medidas de proteção ambiental. No relatório Doing Business 2019 do Banco Mundial, que qualifica a abertura económica de 190 países do mundo, o Ruanda ficou em 29º lugar no que diz respeito às reformas que visam o melhoramento do ambiente de negócios, sendo o 2º melhor país africano depois das Maurícias e dessa forma situa-se entre as primeiras economias a nível mundial nas áreas do Doing Business, nas áreas do registro de propriedades, 2º lugar, e obtenção de crédito, 3º lugar. Ruanda tem um registro predial eficiente, levando menos de 7 dias para se registar a transferência de uma propriedade com um custo de apenas 0,1% do valor da propriedade. De referir que o primeiro smartphone fabricado em África vem do Ruanda, o Marathon, que é fabricado num cluster industrial arredores de Kigali. Estas razões de sucesso em relação a políticas económicas de desenvolvimento levaram o MAIS Negócios a convidar o Embaixador do Ruanda em Moçambique, Claude Nikobisanzwe, a partilhar os seus desafios. Caro telespectador, bem-vindo ao programa.
Seja bem-vindo ao Mais Negócios. Hoje teremos uma edição de Mais Negócios atípica. Estaremos a conversar com o Embaixador da República do Ruanda. Por isso, teremos que misturar algumas línguas, teremos que falar às vezes em inglês. Vamos pedir a ele que nos autorize a misturar, mas teremos que nos comunicar. Mr. Claude, thank you very much for accepting our invitation.
Thank you for having me.
As I was told by the staff, probably my poor English could be better than your Portuguese.
Good.
So we can make it in English.
English.
If you promise to do your best to understand me.
Sure. I will understand everything.
Okay, thank you very much. How long have you been in Mozambique?
I've been in Mozambique 1 year and a half. This is the first resident embassy of Rwanda in Mozambique. Mozambique used to be covered by other embassies, like Rwanda Embassy in Pretoria, then Rwanda Embassy in Lusaka, Zambia. Then our 2 presidents decided to take further the relationship to another level. So Rwanda decided to open an embassy in Mozambique. So I'm the first ambassador, and I'm honored to be the first ambassador. And
you are welcome to Mozambique.
Thank you. I presented the letters of credence to His Excellency the President, Nyusi, in April last year. So it's almost 1 year and 4 months.
From now, how do you evaluate the diplomatic and cooperative relationship between Mozambique and Rwanda?
The relationship between Mozambique and Rwanda are very excellent. We are experiencing more and more actions on both sides. We have had state visits of President Nyusi going to Rwanda last year, and our president also did a state visit here. And we are seeing also other exchange of high-level officials from Rwanda coming here or from Mozambique. So also President attended the inauguration. He came also on the signing of peace agreement. So it's going well, and with the presence of the embassy, it will go faster.
Is there any strategic issues which are being treated now?
Sure. We have already signed agreements between the two countries. We signed the general cooperation agreement. We signed agreement on tourism and culture, public administration. We signed the bilateral air service agreement. You know, it's very important to us as well because we want to cooperate more in air services. And other agreements are on the way, including investment.
So are you planning to fly to Mozambique soon?
I hope so because we are expanding our national carrier, which is Rwanda, is flying in many countries of SADC. He is flying to Cape Town, to Johannesburg, to Harare, to Lusaka, to Rwanda, to Kinshasa, to Tanzania. So we hope that it will reach also Maputo.
Okay. In 1994, almost 800 people were killed in a civil war. What, in essence, was the reason of this genocide?
I may say that it's not easy to explain.
Take your time.
It's not easy to explain what happened and why it happens, but we may draw we may see the background from the colonial era, where a well-structured, organized Rwanda was led by the traditional administration, but everything started to be distorted when the colonial came. So, and with the politics of divide and rule.
Colonial, you mean
Belgium. Belgians. So when they started to divide and rule, they started to say, this group is ruling you badly, you must do this. So the people of Rwanda started to actually they are the one also who introduced the ethnic group. So they put it in IDs, so that they say, you are Tutsi, you are Hutu. Then people started to fill the divisions. And in Rwandan history, there have never been any confrontation between the two groups in the history. So it started.
Do they speak different language? Or?
They speak the same language. They look like. They have the same religion. Even before the Belgium, even the Christianity came, they used to praise the same God. They live in the same hill. Everything is the same. So when the independence came, it was granted to a political party. 1962. Yes, it was granted to a political party which promoted also divisionism, exclusion, and hatred. Then, and it produced also a big number of refugees when the Rwanda was granted independence. So in 1990, people outside, Rwandans outside, say, no, we have to have our country. We have to have it to enjoy also what our country has to give. So they pushed to return peacefully, which was refused. Then they decided to take arms. So the then government maybe thought exterminating a group of Rwanda will help them to cling on power. So they executed the most vicious genocide the world has ever seen, because it was supervised by the state institutions. It was a big number of people were involved, so that's why, and it was fast. In 100 days, only 100 days, more than 1 million people perished. So you can imagine how vicious and how fast and how hatred it happened. So that's why even the recovery needed a bit of unconventional means to overcome those difficulties.
And it seems like you are overcoming very fast.
We are trying because after the war, everything was a priority. Being education, being human capacity, being infrastructure, everything was destroyed. Roads, infrastructure, the administration was no more. So Rwanda was like a failed country, was going to be a failed country. If it wasn't the good leadership, Rwanda will be maybe erased from the map, because we promoted the reconciliation. We didn't want to go to the circle of retaliation, vengeance, and so on, revenge. So that's why Rwanda is here. We are reconciled.
The development model of Rwanda is it's seen as an example for comparing to many African countries. What is this model based on?
In fact, after 1994, Rwanda made choices. First of all, we decided to be united, to be one, because we said if we are continue to, the divisions are going to be among ourselves, we are not going to be going anywhere. So we decided to be united. We decided to be accountable, because and we decided to be to look forward, to be looking in the future, because we refuse to be taken away and be not going forward because of what happened. So with the good leadership under the President Paul Kagame, we decided to look forward and be accountable and manage our resources very well. And we also wanted to include everyone. We didn't want to leave no one behind. So that's why we have included inclusive governance, where women are also given
the same opportunities.
The same opportunities. So today's the majority of ministers are women. Majority, yes. Even the parliament, women are 61% in the parliament. And across all the administration levels, women are given a role to play, and you know, they're performing well, and it's helping Rwanda to advance more. So it's that choice. We made choice, and we said we don't want any more what happened, and we want also to advance and be as we should be.
In African culture, it's always good when you have a powerful woman.
Very true, because they are the best in education. They are the best in. Actually, we have seen that even in management, they say that they are less corrupt, and I believe that. I'm not to say that men are the most corrupt, but we have seen that they are very strong in management. So they are given a strong role to play in the development of Rwanda.
The economy of Rwanda is growing fast. According to the World Bank, if you look at doing business, Rwanda is second, one of the best African country to do business in. How do you manage to achieve this position?
As I said, we start first of all from good leadership and good governance. We decided that let's remove all those obstacles which doesn't make easy for someone from outside to come and invest in Rwanda. We removed those bureaucracy. So that's why we said, let's make it easy for the investors. In Rwanda, you can open a company in 6 hours.
In 6 hours. Yeah.
Everything is there. Immediately, you can open an account as a business, a bank account. You can have your what you call DIR, the work permit, in those 6
Work
hours.
Permit,
residence permit in one roof. So you don't have to run from the investment to the immigration to the local government. Everything is in the same place. So we remove those bureaucracy, and we also made some strategic investments, like we constructed what we call Kigali Convention Center, which now played a role to attract more conferences, meetings. You know, Rwanda also is ranked as the second destination of meetings and conferences in Africa. We also invested in, as I said, in airlines, which play a role to connect Rwanda to the world. And we also invested in tourism. Another thing which is very important, we invested more in ICT. So we said it's not easy for investors to present themselves in every offices. You can do many things on online, being the paying taxes, getting visa. You don't need to go there, and you can also everything. You can also make tenders. The process of tender in government institutions is fully
But in
online.
terms of incentives, what are the investment policies you have decided to mobilize investors to Rwanda?
Yes, we have decided to mobilize investors in coming to invest in financial sector. Rwanda wish to have to play a big role in financial, as being want to be a financial hub in Africa, and most especially in East African community. You know, Rwanda is part of the East African community, which is one of the 8 economic blocks in Africa, and which is doing well, by the way. East Africa is doing well in business and integration. And we also want to be to attract more in ICT, and also in tourism as well, and other sectors. So Rwanda has put many incentives, being in policies, being in procedures, being in and some tax relief exceptions when you come to a certain level of investment.
Okay, let's have a short break. Mais uma vez, boa noite. Voltamos à nossa conversa com o Sr. Claude, que é o Embaixador da República do Ruanda em Moçambique. Your Excellency, what are the strategic areas to invest in Rwanda? Let's say I want to go and invest in Rwanda. What would you advise me to?
Rwanda is a very fast growing economy. It's going, not being on you know, COVID-19 has affected all countries around, all countries. Rwanda was growing, before COVID, Rwanda was growing 8% GDP, and in all sectors. But the strategic, as you said, is in infrastructure, in building, for example. Building, there is a strong demand of houses.
I see the government is investing a lot.
A lot in government, in building houses, accommodation, and building for commercial use. So that sector is growing very fast. And also there is fast growing sector, I said, of ICT. You know, young people now see that ICT is the way to go. And most of the time, when the startup is not so high, you can start low and you grow slowly. And Rwanda also has made investment in fiber optic, which is installed across the whole country. So another sector which is also growing is tourism. The hotels. As I said, Rwanda is positioning itself.
But you have the best natural infrastructure, let's say.
Yes.
Like, how do you call it?
Volcano National Park. We have gorillas. We have nice green. And Rwanda is a very hilly country. So it's not like in Mozambique. We have so many hill countries. So when you love hiking, biking. So it's a very nice place to come. And another strategic area is as I said, the hotel. It's growing fast, and in agriculture as well. You know. Agriculture, we are also trying to export. Rwanda is exporting tea, it's exporting coffee, it's exporting vegetables, and so on. So those are the areas of strategic investment. But most importantly is to come and explore more. There are so many untapped opportunities. I said in infrastructure, in ICT, in financial hub, in services. For example, there is a young Rwandan who made an application of paying with the card in buses, in transport buses.
Public transport.
Public transport. Now people don't have to carry money and exchange, and you don't have the exchange and so on. So you have to load money in the card, then you swap, then you go everywhere. So, and it's a young Rwandan who.
And you also have the first mobile phone done from Rwanda.
Yes. Now.
How is that project?
Yes, Marathon.
Marathon. Yes.
Marathon is based in Rwanda and it's expanding. I've seen news that it's looking for other markets across Africa.
Do you have any?
Yes.
Are you using Marathon?
Yes, I'm using Marathon. Actually, my wife, because it came when I had mine, but immediately I bought for my wife, and it's working well. It's a very nice.
It's a smartphone.
It's a smartphone with all the application you can imagine. It's using Android.
Is it Android?
It's Android. So it's a very nice one. So it's in Rwanda as well has decided to be cashless.
Yes.
So we are trying to avoid exchanging money in between. So it's secure. It's even in this challenging time of COVID, exchanging money is not.
It's dangerous. Yes.
It's dangerous. Now people are paying with mobile money like M-Pesa and card. So it's going well.
You also have car industries.
Yes.
You have
VW.
Yes.
VW has a plantation in Rwanda, and it has also invested in transport. So with the application, you don't need to. So you apply. You just like other, how you do it. You call the cab.
Okay.
On the application.
By your mobile phone.
By your mobile phone, you pay by your mobile phone, and it's a nice way smart way also to move around in the city.
Let's talk a little bit about the boss. Paul Kagame it's a very strong man. Everyone wants to understand how can he do what he does for Rwanda. From your point of view, maybe I know the answer, but let me ask anyway.
Sure.
That Paul Kagame we know from Mozambique, from overseas, is the same man for people of Rwanda. Is the same man we let's say if we like the way he does things, is the same there is the same understanding from people of Rwanda.
I may say that it's more than that. It's more than for Rwandan. We see our president as a visionary leader who wants things to be done. Because he always tells us that why should we poor? Why? Because being poor,
also have right to be rich.
We also have right to be rich. And if other people have done it, why not Rwandans? Why not Africans actually? Because we have seen other.
We had a president who used to say, nobody can be afraid to be rich.
No, and he's also saying that it's a nice motivation from him. He says that work hard until it hurts, until you feel it's very hard, because poverty hurts more. So work hard until you feel like there is no way to go, but you continue, because if you just sit down,
keep working hard.
Keep working hard. So he's a visionary leader. He follows up. He knows how to monitor things. He has introduced what we call performance contract. Every government official, up to the lowest level, must do a performance contract. You sign. You say
the minister has to sign this.
The minister has to sign. The governors, the mayors, everywhere. Even those who the chef, bureau chef, they have to sign. If you sign for something and you don't achieve it, people will say, hey, you didn't do this, but next time improve. If you don't improve, there is someone else to
come and do it.
To come and do it. So,
what are the indicators?
The indicators is on the ground. So your performance contract is public. You don't do it in papers. Even when we are going to, as government official, we are going to sign government contract. It's a national event. It's on TV. The minister goes there and say, "Oh, we do this.
I'm planning to do this and that."
The mayor says, "I'm planning to
time.
build." Yes, it's 1 year every year. You say
every year.
Every year.
Not for 5 years.
No. It's every year. You say, "I'm going to build how many kilometers of road in my district. I will bring water to such how number of families. I will do this and this." So,
what is the situation of corruption in Rwanda?
The corruption is very. We are trying to fight corruption as we can, and we have managed to do it well, because Rwanda now ranks, I think, second, if I'm not mistaken, second in Africa. You can check in Africa after Mauritius, I think.
Yes, to do business. The best place to do business is the second.
The second,
Mauritius.
yes. Then Rwanda also is in the best place of fighting corruption. We have tried to close all those gaps where you can have opportunities to have. I've said, for example, in the tenders, the government tenders, it's all online. You don't meet someone like a businessman who wants a tender from the government. People don't meet. You just apply online. You see your response. If you win the tender, it's okay. If you are not happy, you make a claim online. Everything is done, and everywhere it's. We also, like in the government, everywhere our personal numbers are on the door. So if you are not happy, you are free to call the mayor, to call the minister, and ask him, "I'm not receiving well. This is not going well in your ministry." So everyone is accountable to what he does to it.
Is there any natural resource in Rwanda?
We do have some minerals. We export minerals. Coltan, cassiterite, wolfram. We do have water as well. It's resources as well. We do have other minerals. So we try to tap in that area as well, and it's giving fruits. It's bearing fruits.
In the business sector, are there any specific activities from the Embassy of Rwanda and Mozambique?
Yes, we are with the shortest time we have started to approach businesses. I've seen the president of CTA trying to understand what they do, to market Rwanda as well, to tell them Rwanda is ready for business. We have investment opportunities, and we do believe that businesses here have an opportunity in Rwanda, because
vice versa.
And vice versa,
yes.
Actually. So we are also, as an embassy, we are not only promoting investment in Rwanda, but we are also linking Rwandan businesses with businesses here. You know, there is a big community of Rwandans.
So would you like to advise a Mozambican businessman who wants to or who wish to invest in Rwanda?
We would say that they should come, explore those areas I talked about, those opportunities, and they will also meet in nice and conducive environment. Invest in Rwanda, as we do to Rwandans who are looking for opportunities in Mozambique, and we link them. There are people who want to import cashew nuts to Rwanda, so we link them with the businesses here. It's a win-win situation, actually. It's a win-win situation.
How is the Rwandan community in Mozambique?
We have a big community in Mozambique, which is, I don't have the number, but it's between, let's say between 3,000 and 5,000. It's a big community, and they are doing well. They're in businesses, they are in all sorts of businesses here, and they are doing well. So we believe that they can also play their role in promoting Rwanda where they are.
I give you this opportunity as the ambassador to Media MAIS TV and tell whatever you want to tell to your community in Mozambique.
Yes, Rwandan community in Mozambique, I would like to tell them that they should be first united, as we do in Rwanda, because unity is a very, very important. As we say in Portuguese, it's muito importante. Second is to take the opportunity of being in Mozambique and make the best they can do, because Mozambique is a good country. Mozambique it has got opportunities, many opportunities in many areas. Also, what I want to tell them that is to promote Rwanda. Like we have started very nice activities, which is, we call it Muganda, but it's a community work where every last Saturday of the month we go somewhere and we clean, and it has helped us to also, you have seen how Rwanda is very clean. So it's a participation of every citizen. So we are calling also to Rwandans to come and we join hands. If you are involved, the government is motivated, and I call our communities to join hands, and we continue to promote the culture, that solidarity, and as we integrate in this in Mozambique.
Thank you, Claude, Excellencies. This was our first conversation, and you are the right people to take us to Rwanda and to do it again. And we will come back anytime, and you are also welcome to Media MAIS. If anything you need, any support you need from us, we are here for everything.
No, thank you very much. Thank you so much for coming, and we are also happy to partner with you and promote both countries, because opportunity will present itself so that you can go to Rwanda and see yourself what we talked about, and you come and we continue to mobilize.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for the whole team.
Tivemos que falar em inglês, tivemos que, com a autorização do senhor embaixador, que podíamos falar em inglês, que ele ia fazer esforço de entender o nosso inglês, independentemente das suas dificuldades. Mas foi uma boa conversa, ficamos a saber da estratégia que o governo de Ruanda está, digamos, a seguir para promover investimento no Ruanda, para promover um crescimento inclusivo, para promover, digamos, o desenvolvimento, digamos, do país, assim como o desenvolvimento da qualidade de vida do cidadão ruandês. Foi uma conversa agradável com um embaixador que é até novo, só tem apenas 1 ano. Aliás, não é ele que é novo, é a Embaixada de Moçambique que é nova e que tem um grande plano em termos de atividades a desempenhar em Moçambique. Quer trazer também as experiências da forma como o Ruanda está a desenvolver para partilhar com o povo moçambicano. Assim foi o nosso Mais Negócios de hoje, e voltamos na próxima quarta-feira, à mesma hora. Muito boa noite.